Hey everybody, welcome to Flight Sim. I have joined a virtual airline which has operations all over the world, based out of the UK, but it has European, Nordic, Canadian operations. It has a leisure airline, it has a couple other things, but it also has what they call, I guess, the Asiana area. And that is where I am flying as a brand new pilot, and the airplanes I can fly. This is a place that has most of them. So I can only fly turboprops, and the only turboprop in Microsoft Flight Simulator that's on their list is the Caravan. So that's what we're going to be flying. Today we're here in New Zealand, and we are going to be flying north to Palmerston North Airport. So let's get into the cockpit. Okay, you can see where we were there. There we go. I'm going to show you where we are. We are currently down here in Wellington, and we are going to be flying north, up this way, around the coast, and let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. Come in and we'll go to Palmerston North, which is located here on the North Island of New Zealand. So it's about an hour flight gate to gate. We should be able to do it fine. I have my trusty co-pilot handling the comms. We're going to try air traffic control instructions. However, they are a little flaky sometimes with altitudes, I have found. Once they almost made me crash into a mountain. For no reason. But we're here. Today we are flying with about 100 pounds of cargo and 6 passengers who are seated back there, nice and lovely. So time to get going. So we will make sure the parking brake is on. We'll make sure the fuel is in. Propeller is back. Mixture is full. We are good there. We will come over, we'll put the battery on. Avionics on, fuel pump.
Wellington clearance delivery Skyways 6075 IFR to Palmerston, ready to copy.
Goes on. We'll let him deal with what's going on there.
6075 is cleared to Palmerston Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 34 climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.2 squawk 2247.
Let's get the aircraft up and running. Oop.
Skyways 6075
Beacon
cleared
on.
to Palmerston Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 34 climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Departure on 119.2 squawk
almost forgot those again. I always got to remember turn the fuel on.
6075 read back correct. Contact ground on 118.8.
So power's coming up.
Wellington ground Skyways 6075 requesting pushback.
We'll set up our
Skyways
panel.
6075 pushback request accepted.
So I'm going to turn you off. We're going to go over to our nav on the PDF wind. We'll bring the wind information up. And we have no alerts. Looks like we're getting our pushback set. They want us at 5,000, so we're going to go set that now. And it was at 5,000 feet. There we go. We're going to be departing on runway 34. So we'll turn that to 34. It's about there. There we go. Oh, sorry. We're being pushed back now. And we'll do a vertical
Wellington
speed
ground Skyways 6075 requesting the end of pushback.
climb when we go out.
Skyways 6075 request to end pushback received.
Okay. So
Wellington
the
ground
brakes are
Skyways
on.
6075 with uniform ready to taxi IFR.
Skyways 6075 taxi to and hold short of runway 34 using taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 118.8 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway tree 4 using taxiway Alpha Skyways 6075.
Now, I'm not sure exactly where we are. I think we're going to have to cross over the runway, so let's zoom in. No. We're going to come down here this way and then down to the runway. So we should be fine. Zoom out a little bit. So the aircraft is good to go. Everyone is on board. Let's turn on the rest of the lights. We'll put our taxi lights on. And we will get going. So, come off on the parking brake. Let's get over to the taxiway. Oop. Keep a little bit of power in to keep us rolling here. See some of the other aircraft. Now I do have AI traffic on, but I'm not running with any live glare, and I do not have live weather on. It's actually about 3:30 in the morning there, so I just chose a nice sunny day. A few clouds, gentle winds. Head down to the end of the runway. We're fairly heavy. We're not near gross weight, but we're carrying a bit of a load. As I mentioned, about 100 pounds of baggage and 6 passengers. So we'll go in here at this entryway. We'll hold short of runway 34. Checks. So, taxi light comes off, landing lights come on. First notch of flaps. Propeller goes fully forward. Coming down here, the starter can go back to normal, the ignition can go to normal. Sorry, that was a fuel boost. Everything seems to be set. We're ready to go. So let's get a hold of ATC.
Wellington Tower Skyways 6075 at runway tree 4 ready for takeoff IFR to Palmerston.
Skyways 6075 cleared for takeoff runway tree 4.
Alright, there's no one on the way in.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 4 Skyways 6075.
Turn our strobe lights on. Head out onto the runway. So it should be a nice takeoff. Beautiful day. Got some mountains to get over, but shouldn't be an issue. And again, we're heading for 5,000 feet on the initial climb. And we'll see if that's good enough for the rest of the flight. Time to depart. And here we go. Ease back on the power. We don't want to redline it. Airspeed's alive. Knots, 70 knots, 75 knots, we'll pull back. Go to about 7 degrees. On our climb out. Put the yaw damper on, autopilot on, we'll go with heading mode.
Skyway 6075, contact New Zealand Center on 119.2.
119.2 Skyways 6075.
700 feet per minute would be
New Zealand Center Skyways 6075 is climbing through 700 feet for 5,000 feet.
Skyway 6075, New Zealand Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
What's the problem with this bouncing around? Come on, stabilize. On the flaps, and we'll pull back on the prop slightly. See what he said. Continue as planned. Okay, so we'll switch over to nav mode. Follow the GPS. Airspeed's coming up. So we're doing all right. Climbing out through the valley here. Train tracks and a highway, and over the town of Wellington. Beautiful sunrise. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning when we started. So our air time is about 35 minutes. Wind turbines over there on the hill. Let's get a lot of wind coming off the ocean there. Bit of a haze. It's 2,000 feet. So we've got a radar altimeter here. So we're climbing faster than the train is climbing, so that is good. But it is a beautiful day to fly. It's go down here. One of the problems with the lights here is that one of them turns these blue. So we're going to avoid that one. I think it's the middle one. It's like they're highlighted or something. So why the virtual airline? Well, there's a good sense of community, gives you something to work towards, goals, missions. They've got some interesting events that they do, and they provide a reason to fly. And it could take you to places you wouldn't normally think of. So by doing the virtual airline, it gives me opportunities to basically want to come into the sim and fly. I don't know, it's pretty new, so why wouldn't you be doing that? But we'll see how it goes. It should be fun. Again, we're doing turboprop for a while, and I know the next update release from Microsoft is not going to fix some of the airliner issues, especially with the VNAV, but hopefully they will correct some of the stuff very shortly, and that will allow us to start flying the airliners confidently, and I'll have enough hours that I can move up and start flying the Airbus. That's another hot one here in the Toronto area where I am. Doesn't help sitting around all these computers as well, the heat they're giving off. Well, we're going to head into some cloud, and the outside air temperature, well, it's 7 degrees, but we'll throw on the anti-ice anyway. And we'll see how we do. I think we're okay so far. Just never know in here with these clouds. So we'll jump outside, we'll get some views, and then I'll join you as we start the descent. Welcome back to the cockpit. We have turned inland from the sea there. We are now basically entering into what would be an extended downwind leg for runway 25. We've been directed to descend to 1,300 feet. I am not going to do that. We have a bit of a mountain range you can see here that we have to cross, and looking at the charts, just look over. It's giving altitudes of 2,200, in some places 2,700 feet. You can see the ridge right there. So we're not going to do that. It's going to become too dangerous, and obviously they're going to then tell us to climb, which is just a pain. So we're just going to go down to 3,500, which is the fixed point altitude for the approach, and we'll just hold on there, and it can yell at us for a bit as we come down, but you can see this is what we're flying towards, but it'll all be good. We're currently heading in towards this point here.
6075, please expedite your descent to 1,300 feet.
No. Coming down to here, we'll then fly around, make the turn, come in. IV rep here is our initial descent point where we start descending down. So that we got to be at 3,500 for. So there's no point in going any lower. or if that point's just over there. So 3,500 feet coming up. Looks like beautiful farm country out here. And I guess this is the south central part of the North Island of New Zealand. Now I know all the bigger mountains are down in the South Island.
Skyway 6075, please expedite your descent to 1,300 feet.
No. The clouds are looking absolutely gorgeous. Very wispy on the edges. Get some nice diffused sunlight through them. Really, really loving the look and the graphics of the flight sim. Power up a little bit, just keep our speed going now that we're leveled off. So in a second we're going to make a turn towards Nikip, N-I-K-I-P, which is a waypoint. There we go. 18 miles away. We will join you once again when we cross over the ridge here and get set up into our proper approach.
Tower on 120.6 Skyways 6075. Palmerston Tower Skyways 6075, 15 miles east inbound RNAV runway 25 approach.
Skyway 6075, Palmerston Tower. Cleared RNAV runway 25 approach. Altimeter 29.9, 2 wing 248 at 7.
Cleared RNAV runway 25 approach Skyways 6075.
So we're making our turn to the west now. You just heard them give us our clearance into the approach. So we will start our descent at IV rep, and that should put us in nicely. Let's just recenter there. So the airport altitude is about 140 feet or so. Do not have it in sight yet, although I think, yeah, I do have it in sight. It is right there. So in a minute we're going to take over. We'll hand fly it in. See the glide slope coming in, so we'll take over. So autopilot is off. Power back. So we're a little high. Actually, we're going to come down here. We're going to go fully forward. Keep the speed up for a little bit longer. We are a few miles out. I don't want to be going too slow this far out, but we are pretty much on the glide slope. So about 5 miles out, I'll start slowing us down, and we'll get the flaps out. Of course, the Caravan is a fixed gear aircraft, so we don't have to worry about that. Now, just to check, what did he give us? Did he give us, yeah, cleared on the approach.
Skyway 6075, cleared to land runway 25. Wind 248 at 7.
Alright, so the wind's almost
Cleared to land
straight
runway
down the
25
runway.
Skyways 6075.
Come back on the power. Bleed off some speed, then we'll hit the flaps. Bleed off even more speed. We don't want to be holding up too many airplanes if they're coming in behind us. Alright, so first level of flaps. Down, second level of flaps. Alright, gonna trim for about 70 knots. I don't have to be going ridiculously slow. Wind slightly to the right, but it should come almost dead down the runway by the time we get there. Alright, so we're a little high. Keep her coming down. What I am going to do is turn off all the de-icing since we don't need it. Alright, let's see if we get set up on the whites and reds. Still a little high. Let's come over the trees here. Alright, there's one red. Slightly high. There's two. Okay, we're on the glide slope. Only slipped to 3 as we cross the threshold. There we go. Well, we got the threshold in sight. Runway's in sight. Bring her down. Nice and smooth. There we go. Welcome to Palmerston North Airport. We're going to exit the runway here.
Skyway 6075 exit runway when able.
And we'll get taxi
Skyway
instructions.
6075 contact ground on 121.7.
Going to 121.7 Skyways 6075.
Come up with the flaps. Turn the strobe off. Put the landing lights on. And we'll contact ground. No. Taxi parking.
Palmerston ground, Skyway 6075 taxi to parking.
Skyway 6075 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Bravo Charlie.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Bravo Charlie, Skyway 6075.
Okay, well, according to my charts, Bravo's down at the other end, so I don't know where you wanted me to go. But we're just going to go in where those push carts and trucks are. Unless they want me down. Down there. I think for this one, because I'm not sure exactly where they want us, let's go turn on the navigation taxi ribbon. It is down at the other end. Okay. That's fine. Not knowing where they want us exactly, and not knowing the area, and not having proper charts that lay out all the parking. It's good assistance. I'll just count on this as my co-pilot having knowledge of where we're headed down here. And I have no idea why the ATC would tell me to use the taxiway. It's the first one off that end of the runway there, which nobody is ever going to make coming in from the east, so. Alright, so you can see where we're going. We'll shut this off now. Thank you very much. And we're just going to head for the guys waving us in. And that will be our flight. Nice short flight. Very uneventful first flight. Who's got the wands? I'm not sure where you want me to go. You might want to get out of the way there, buddy. Park her right here. Yeah, I'm good with that. So there we are parked. Welcome to Palmerston. Guys, thank you very much for flying. Please like and subscribe if you like the video. Hit the bell notification button to be alerted when more videos come out, and we will see you next time as we fly for Topa Sky in New Zealand. Bye for now.